All right, we move on to the feature race then on Saturday, which is race number 6, the Hong Kong Jockey Club Community Trophy, Class 4 over the 1,400 metres, headed by Endearing. Matthew Poon on board, taking £5 off, third behind Smiling Charm last time out. Destin placed behind Aero Happiness. Empire Star run up to Right Call last time out. Shanghai Dragon gets the blinkers on. Amazing Satchmo, course and distance winner, 2 starts back. Goko, the blinkers come off. Yichong Pegasus gets an inside draw. Winner St Paul's enjoying a fantastic season, 3 from 5 so far. Viva Council will roll forward, and Rocket Go, actually eligible for Class 5, but they elect to go round with a lightweight. So at the touchscreen here to have a look at this one, Brett, and full fields. It looks like there's a bit of competition for the lead. It should be good with Carefree Prince, a perfect choice, vying out for the early spots there.
Potentially that might be the setup, Andrew. Final leg of the TT, so it's going to be important to try and get this right. Obviously the interesting runners in the race are probably these two, really, aren't they, at the back? Amazing Satchmo and Empire Star, both in good form. Destin, obviously, another one that's sort of been hitting the line pretty well. Perfect choice. It's interesting, he's had 2 trials since his last start, and on both occasions he was ridden quiet. So maybe they might be looking for some cover with him. Brett Preble was on board in those trials. Alban Ung will take the ride on race day, which was a little bamboozling, to be honest. Maybe Endearing might be able to take it up with Carefree Prince, but there's Viva Council going to be handy as well. So hopefully there's enough pace for these sort of 2 down the back that I mentioned, because they're going to be right in the market, and I would have thought banker material potentially for some people.
All right, they're the big closers. What can you show us from track work, Paul?
Well, I can show you Goko to start with. Goko steps up from 1,200 to 1,400 metres, and you can see he's going nicely. I think that the step up in distance already suit him up to 1,400 metres, because he stayed on last time, sort of a little bit one pace over the 1,200 at Happy Valley, coming back here to Sharton. Yichong Pegasus goes nicely with Zach Purton aboard. He's just doing what he has to do down the back straight. He's got those big cheek pieces on. He's had a couple of runs now at Yichong Pegasus, and he's had plenty of time to get over his last run. And Viva Council, another one that doesn't sort of win out of turn. He's only won the once from his 16 starts, but he always catches the eye on the work. So there is another win in there somewhere for him. Might not be this race.
Just on the trials, Andrew, Yichong Pegasus has had another trial and he was handy. And Goko's had a trial over the mile and he was ridden back and charged down late to win the trial. Yeah,
and they've taken the blinkers off as well. So a potential for a few changes. Reminder there as well of the jackpots here. So again, the region of $3 million here for the second double trio. Well worth playing. We'll get into the form references, starting off with Endearing, Shanghai Dragon, and Carefree Prince, all finishing behind Smiling Charm last time. Endearing not beaten far.
He was, and I've got Endearing in the tips. I actually think this is quite a difficult race to sort of label one in particular as the winner. The market's suggesting that too, with 4-1 the field basically. But Endearing's a winning hope for me. I think the little claim again for Matthew Poon and the good barrier give him a great opportunity. He would actually like them to go a little bit quicker. He was just vulnerable to horses with a better turn of acceleration there as we saw final stages. So a stronger tempo is better for him.
Yeah, the claim will definitely help bring down the weight a little bit for him, and he's a horse who's not in bad form, and from a good barrier, he should be there. He's a chance.
All right. Empire Star hasn't come up with a perceived good barrier 11, but the speed map's got him going back anyway, but he has been very consistent without winning.
Yeah, it's a tricky race, this one, I thought, and he's another one that's obviously going to get his chance. I didn't put him in because of the barrier. Barrier 11 is probably going to get a bit further back than he would like. He might do something similar here and run on, and he has been consistent, but again, he hasn't won from his 12 starts.
He's on the verge of winning one. He's got not beaten far behind Sun Touch, Planet Star, Raging Storm. Those 3 form references are all pretty solid, but it's a big field in front of him. If he gets the luck, he can win for sure. But generally these types sort of run more placings than wins.
All right, very competitive race, including the likes of Destin, who'll be ridden by Tommy Berry.
Destin, Tommy, up to 1,400 metres, is that what he needs?
Yeah, look, anything between 12 and 14. I think 14 just sees him out, but 1,200 can be a little bit too short, So he's always running on strong at the end of a 1,200 metre. He obviously ran beyond 2 very smart horses last start, but had to give him a big start from the barrier. We had to go back, and they weren't making up a heap of ground on the day. So there's a lot of merit in that run, and he's been very consistent all preparation, this horse, and I believe up to the 1,400 he could, even though he's drawn a little bit out again, he could probably posse up a little bit better, and if he gets the right run, he's in the right frame of mind to be able to win another one.
Yeah, back up to the 1,400s may well suits. Dropping back to the 1,400 metres is Amazing Satchmo. They tried him over the mile. He actually finished off quite strongly, but this is his winning trip, the 14.
Yeah, he's a bit of an iron horse, this horse, Amazing Satchmo, because he's had some bad runs in the past and still managed to stay on really nicely. Joe Moreira rode him last time. He sticks with the ship. Barrier 10, once again, a little bit awkward, but I did find a place for him because he is running well at the moment. I
just think, you can see here, I mean, he's really learnt a lot from day one to now, which is 9 starts. Stretches out nicely. Red Elise obviously went on to win there, but he ran well. And his win prior to that I thought was terrific when he sat deep. So he's just got better and better with racing, and I think he's still got a little bit more improvement to come.
All right, the same could be said maybe for Yi Chong Pegasus. Just had the 2 starts so far. We touched on the fact he's trialled since as well, and I thought he looked particularly good.
Yeah, and I get the feeling, you know, when he's had 9 starts, he'll be on a par with Amazing Satchmo, just, you know, from an ability perspective, from what we've seen. Once he gets some experience, he's going to get better and better. Who knows, he might be good enough to take care of business there on Saturday after just the 2 starts. He's definitely got an engine, and this is a good performance in the trials.
Yeah, it was a good debut run from him, and then the second up they did go from 1,000 to 1,400. With that experience over 1,400, I think he can run well, and I've got him in the numbers.
Could potentially sort of be better than these in time.
He could well be. That's what I'm banking on anyway. He is currently Yi Chong Pegasus a 9.30 chance, but who goes on top, Paul?
Goko I'm going to put on top. I think stepping from 12 to 14 will suit him. Now I'm going to make Winner St Paul's my long shot because it's a real open race, and I think he's going to go at a bit of a silly price here. He's currently $14. If he starts around that, he's won off a rating of 48. He's rated 47. Now the 12 is going to put people off, but he gets back anyway, and I think he can run on. So he'll be my each way long shot. 9 Yi Chong Pegasus, 5 Amazing Satchmo. Good race, 8, 11, 9 and 5, but I look at the 11 each way. If you want to go one further and take a few Quinella places, you can do it around the 8 and 9.
All right, I'm going to go with the 5. I think Amazing Satchmo is potentially headed towards Class 3. I think Endearing from the good barrier, Little Claim, with a more solid tempo, can win the race. Destin's a chance, Empire Star's a chance. It's a good contest. It's a typical difficult leg, final leg of the triple trio. 5, 1, 2 and 3.
Yeah, Amazing Satchmo definitely in for me, but Yi Chong Pegasus, I'll take him at a price. That was the feature race. Then race number 6. Up next for us, race number 7, and a potential star on show here, Handsome Bogo's looked very good in his last 2 races.